Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Secretary.
Morning.
A couple of questions and concerns that I had you've already answered, but I just wanted to provide a little commentary on the prevailing wage that indeed in my district with the 33 townships, small townships that we have, that the prevailing wage portion of transportation bill, which we worked very closely together on, will certainly help in addition to the liquid fuels allocation that will be coming their way. And I spoke with many of my local townships. They're certainly delighted and excited about it and looking forward to, groundbreaking on a lot of infrastructure projects come springtime. Another project that we are working on in Columbia County that you've addressed to some extent is shared ride, people with disabilities, ride-to-work programs, all of those types of things. We're currently in discussion with your department and a local community group. Being from a rural section of Pennsylvania in the T of Pennsylvania, we don't have mass transit, but we're trying to construct some program that will service the needs of our individuals as well. So I think that some of the new programming dollars that are contained in Act 89 are certainly going to be put to the test in Columbia-Montour County, and look forward to working with your department as well on that. Now, my question to you, Act 89 will no doubt take care of the Commonwealth's transportation infrastructure as well as provide a boost to the state economy at the same time. A year ago, estimates provided by both the governor's office and your department suggested that the transportation proposal of $1.8 billion would have generated 50,000 new jobs. Now, with all of the bids that are going to be let out and everything that your department is involved in, have you conducted a study on the actual or the estimated number of new or retained jobs that this act means?
We have not. At this point, what we've looked at is that this year we're going to put out about 200 more projects we otherwise would not have done from Act 89. 200 projects at about $700 million additional funding. As I suggested, the rule of thumb is that for every $1 billion you spend, you create about 25,000 jobs. So we estimate that 15,000 new jobs will be created by the spending we're going to do this year. In addition, had we not done this, had Act 89 not passed, you would have seen our letting schedule drop from $1.8 billion down to $1.5 billion, $300 million drop in funding. So using the same approximate formula, you're looking at, that would have been a 30% reduction on the 25,000, so we'd have lost 7,500 jobs. So the contrast is, instead of losing 7,500, we retain those, then we're going to add about 15,000. So clearly, from an employment perspective, it's going to have about a 20,000, 22,000 net in terms of retaining and increasing jobs. We haven't asked the companies that do the work to give us any statistics like was done under ARA, because we haven't yet rolled out any of the actual projects. So I know that I could tell you from the industry meetings I've had, the people are hiring, the contractors are anticipating the work. The engineering firms are already busy because we're trying to get the work ready for the construction season. Suppliers are hiring. So you're seeing the uptick starting to occur because of the knowledge that this investment is coming their way.
Well, and I asked that question to you because I think in the consideration of that is the overlap of what we just discussed with the benefit of the prevailing wage and the liquid fuels. I think it's going to add greatly to those numbers. And I just want to finish on this, that in our district, Sandra Tosca is the director of the PennDOT agency, and we've dealt with a number of projects and issues and situations, anything from A to Z. And what a great staff you have there in place, what a great group of people to work with, and thank you for the good job that you do and a good job they do.
Well, thank you, and I certainly will pass that on to Sandy and her staff. I'm immensely proud of the 11,000 men and women that work at this agency. They do a great job, and they've had an unbelievably difficult winter, and our maintenance folks are exhausted, but continue to do a good job and do their work, and I appreciate the compliment.
Well, they're very responsible and very responsive. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.